In the beginning, when I was interested in mycology, I would tend to gravitate towards a few people or even a single person and try and learn as much as I could from them. But what I realized is it's a really flawed system to get all your information from a few sources, or even worse, just one. And so I realized quickly I had to really broaden my horizon. Google Scholar is one of the best resources in terms of going directly to the source, directly to the scientific articles and papers. So what you can do in Google Scholar is you can research things in a very broad way by using very broad search words, or in a very specific way using very specific search words. So if I go to psilocybin here and I want to look up current research associated with psilocybin, I can sort by date here. And sorting by date allows me to say, 13 days ago a paper was posted here, and this paper just happens to be for free. And so I'm able to look up papers associated with my search words and educate myself for free. Now, if you run into a situation where their paper isn't for free, let's say it's an anytime paper, or anytime. Let's just click on this one here. I think we've clicked on that one before. Right, this is behind a paywall. So the first resource that you can utilize, if you're utilizing Google Scholar and you've run into a paywall, what you can go is to Skyhub. Skyhub is a library of papers that have been uploaded for free. And it is a great resource because the vast majority of papers that have been posted, there is a lag with Skyhub. For instance, I'll show you a paper that I'm reading right now that just simply isn't on Skyhub. But first, let's find this paper. So I want to find the DOI. Right, here's DOI. You can also search by title as well. And this paper pops up. And now I have this paper completely for free. And I can read and learn as much as I want to. So that is a really great resource. Let's try the title just to see if that works. Because it should. And it pops up. Yep, so you can use a title. Same paper. Okay, so that's a great way to find papers that are behind paywalls on Google Scholar. Now, let's say a paper, this is a current paper that I'm reading here. Let's say it's a recent paper. Skyhub, unfortunately, just doesn't have it. Okay, so you've went on Scholar, or you've went on Scholar and you've tried to utilize Skyhub, but it is not current to that paper. What you can do is say, okay, let's see here. Who's written this paper? And okay, this email here. Take the email and just email the author. A lot of the times the author will get back to you. This isn't the most recent. I've done this probably a dozen times, half dozen this year. But this is the quickest an author has ever gotten back to me. You can see the date here and the date here. 21 minutes, and the paper was sent to me. Now, sometimes they have a preprint that they can send to me. And if you want to find preprints, you can also find them on bioRxiv. But sometimes they send you the actual paper. So another resource that you could use is bioRxiv. And you can search psilocybin. And you can change to the newest. And you can search for a lot of these preprints that are coming out. But some of these preprints are also posted on Scholar. So I use Google Scholar primarily because you can see this paper and this paper are the same exact paper. Okay, so I just like to use Google Scholar. But it doesn't mean you can't utilize bioRxiv. Okay, so again, if you find a paper on Scholar, a lot of the time it is completely free. You can just download it, download the PDF. If it is behind a paywall, first try and search on Skyhub. And if it is not on Skyhub, just send the author an email. Say you're a citizen scientist and you are interested in that paper. And a lot of times they will get back to you. Okay. Facebook is a great resource to utilize. There's lots of different mycology-based groups. One of my favorite is fungal microscopy. I really enjoy microscopy, and lots of people really do amazing work in here. Other is fungal breeding is a fun group. Not that much going on in here, but lots of great valuable information. Fungal sequencing, that's interesting. And there's so many that I can click on. Fungal sequencing is a really great group. I'm really interested in working a bit more in depth in terms of like genomics and genetics and sequencing and barcoding. I really want to learn more in that area. And then also Cult of Exotics is a really great group. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of fun work in Cult of Exotics. But you get the picture. It's a great way to join the discussion and be a part of the community. And then when you learn stuff in here, and you're like, oh, what's this mean? Or, hey, I want to know more about this particular species. Like, for instance, Zaptocorum, right? You could go here. Or even on this preprint server. I actually don't have to use a preprint server. I can use here. I can do Psilocybe, Zaptocorum. And you can see here, sort by date, so give me recent. Actually, do any time. And actually, this is not the most recent. This is right here, I believe. Download PDF. And so this is I believe the most recent paper, and it's a great paper. It goes over phylogeny and cultivation and microscopy, and man, there's just so much to it, right? So you learn here, okay, and then you can really take a deep dive into that area with a resource like Google Scholar. Okay, Instagram is also very similar to Facebook. You can follow particular people, be in the mix and in the community of what's going on. So this is just a random guy I follow who's super into truffles, and I find it to be really, really interesting. But there's tons of people you can follow on Instagram, and this is my profile here. And yeah, you can just be a part of the discussion and be a part of the conversation and contribute to the community. Discord is another great resource, especially if you want to get into cultivation. So cultivation is an area that's super common. People want to get into. Discord, you can search the years and years of conversations that have been had. So let's say this is my Discord, so not a lot's going to come up. It's that useful. But I can search up agar. Let's say I want to look up how do I prepare, XYZ substrate. You can look up anything you want to, and you're searching years and years and years of conversations that have already been had on that particular topic. So you can see this is the most recent thing that I have posted within my Discord with the word agar in it. But I can look up particular research papers that I have saved in my Discord. Maybe 3 months ago, I remember a single word, and I want to look more into it. So Discord's search function is really helpful. There's a lot going on in different Discord groups. I don't really use Discord groups that often, but they're pretty fun to frequent every now and then, and they're great to have conversations in. You can meet a lot of people that have similar interest as you and have conversations, and that's really valuable. And then Discord, I use the mushroom tab here, and there's just days and days worth of mushroom related content in here, and so it's something that I utilize very frequently to broaden my horizon. And then of course you have and let me see here, what's a good YouTube channel to? Man, there's just tons of them. You know what? This is one of the first channels that I frequented very often. He's been super helpful in terms of exploring a lot of different topics. I would do things differently than him in some instances, but that's okay. We all can do things differently and still be a part of the community. But yeah. And I'll play a valuable part within the community. And then you have books, good old-fashioned books. I just recently went to Barnes & Noble's. I picked up a new book. What book is this? It's under a pile of papers. I hope I don't create an avalanche here. Oh, here it is. The Lives of Fungi, A Natural History of Our Planet's Decomposers by Britt A. Bunyard. And this is a really fun book. The issue with books is they get expensive. So to help mitigate the cost, what you can do is just download the PDF. It's super, super easy to download the PDF. And if you really need to find particular words, just Command F, and you can type in, let's say, fungi. And those words come up, X amount of times all over this book, right? So if you find a particular phrase or word that you want to learn more about from one of these platforms, you can utilize Google Scholar, or you can download the PDF file. I don't know exactly where I downloaded these PDFs, but they are all over the internet. So pirate them how you wish. It's just a great way to get free education. If you can purchase the book, like I have this book. This is a great book. I love this book. I think I also have this book. I have a variety of these books. I don't have too many books, but I think I have this one here. But the thing is, I have this one as well. They get really expensive, and unfortunately, it's just not that practical to have a big library of books when you can download them. This is a great book as well. I really like this book here. Genetics and breeding. For instance, let's say I want to know more about clamp connections. No results found, maybe because I spelled it incorrectly. Clamp connection. See, so now I can learn so much about clamp connections just by having the book and understanding how to search a word. So yeah, these are the resources that I use. Probably this bunch most often. I really like Skyhub and Google Scholar. Those are like my best friends. Skyhub, Google Scholar, Email the Author. Here are some extra preprints. Facebook's fascinating. Instagram is important. Discord, be a part of a community. Lots to learn on YouTube, and of course, good old-fashioned books. And so, yeah, that is how I conduct research. And if you have more efficient ways of doing your research, please let me know below. There are some resources that I didn't include. I will start vlog-style videos shortly. I just wanted to make this video and sort of introduce my research process and sort of showcase how I broaden my horizon within mycology. So I appreciate your time, and I hope all stays well.